can see greenery over there. There.
That means permit.
So that's what we started with. And here's with clarity on.
I can see greenery over there. There.
That means permit.
Pretty dramatic, right? Hi, my name's Ron Bartlett. I'm a re-recording mixer, and I mix sound for films. I've worked on a lot of movies like Blade Runner 2049, Life of Pi, King Richard, and recently Dune.
Kill them all.
I mainly mix dialogue and music, and I'm here to show you a brand new plugin from Waves called Clarity VX Pro. It's a broadband noise reduction plugin that also does some really cool things. The sound quality of this thing is amazing. Even when you start really going further than you would with other plugins, other hardware, and it's real time. I don't have to render things. I don't have to copy things and do a ton of mouse clicks. And I would love to show you examples from Dune. Had I had this plugin when I mixed it, that would have been awesome. Okay, here's a scene from Dune. And it's pretty unmixed. These are raw tracks. So here's without the noise reduction.
Only together can they stand a chance against the Imperium. Would you bear witness? Testify that the Emperor has moved against us here.
If they believe me, there would be general warfare between the great houses and the Emperor.
Chaos.
As you can hear, there's a lot of air, room noise, some wind, all that sort of stuff. There's some hums in there, and it comes and goes, too. It's not just a constant straight tone. So here's a quick pass with clarity.
Only together can they stand a chance against the Imperium. Would you bear witness? Testify that the Emperor has moved against us here.
If they believe me, there would be general warfare between the great houses and the Emperor.
Chaos.
So it's quite effective. I just ran through there and rode the knob down. I didn't even change any of the multi-band stuff yet. All of these bands up here that you can go through and adjust as you're going. There's different settings for each one. There's a solo, bypass, there's this delta button, and a level control. Plus there's the threshold going up and down here. So I tend to back off in the voice area in the middle here, and maybe some of the high end, and then maybe really hit the super high end hiss stuff a lot harder. But it really depends on each track. If you're in a hurry and you just leave them all up full and you ride the one knob, it does a great job. It's pretty good. But when you get into really fine tuning and you're pre-dubbing and being more precise, you can go into each track, get each setting just right, automate that, and then move on. And that's really the best way, of course. So I'll play a little more here.
A voice from the outer world who will lead them to paradise.
Superstition.
So now that it's on, you see the difference here. Purple is the dialogue line, and the how much noise it's taking out is that gray area on the top, obviously. So you can really see per band what you're taking out and what you're not. There's a great way to show you what I did take out is turning on this delta button right here. Pretty nasty stuff. Did you hear any dialogue in there? That's the key to this. If you heard any bit of his or her dialogue, you would know that you're taking out some of the performance and ruining some of the track. That was just all noise and swishy stuff and things you don't want. So that's great because you can tell, oh, I didn't hit it that hard because I didn't take out any dialogue. So when you take these back off, you can hear that the dialogue sounds fine, didn't dig into it, and all's good.
A voice from the outer world who will lead them to paradise.
Superstition.
I know you loved a Fremen warrior and lost him in battle.
Huge difference. Other things in the plugin, there's different settings called the neural network, which is different types of noise reduction, and it's going to look at certain things and attack them differently. So we have broad 1, we have broad 2, high frequency. you can see that there's going to be a lot of possibilities of growth in this plugin. There's also a sensitivity button. This is normal and high. Obviously, the high sensitivity is going to go after things a little more aggressively. And then reflections is kind of adding back in some of the ambience. I'll play this and show you as I turn up the knob. You'll hear more of the hiss come back.
Would you bear witness? Testify that the Emperor has moved against us here.
If they believe me, there would be general warfare between the great houses and the Emperor.
Chaos.
So that you're going to have to play with, obviously, because it's allowing some of the noise back in, but it's keeping a more consistent feel. The big knob is the best because it's so quick and easy to use. And then on the end here, there's an ambience gate. The line comes in, the gate kicks in and pulls the ambience down, right? They've automated a gate here for you. It works really well and has threshold and release just like a normal gate would. You don't have to have the advanced controls on, which is all the multiband, but it's easy to turn on and change the views and stuff. Typically, you're going to have to go through and render each one of these tracks. With this plugin, it's so easy. You can literally just put it on your bus. So I can send all these out a common bus, put the instance on one aux return, and send that out the output, and I'm done. And then I just ride the automation as we go, and it affects all the tracks. So it's very easy to use. When you have a scene that has reverb, when you have all this noise going, all that noise is being fed into your reverb. And so that's going out into the room. It's causing a lot of unwanted sound in your reverb. So being able to clean them up first and then send the reverb off of the return of clarity really creates a lot of depth and a really beautiful track that you normally wouldn't get because you're sending all this noise into it. So here's an example of Dune. So try to get his breathing and also how the reverb reacts.
So it's done, finally. Send word to Katie Prime to begin selling our spice reserves. But slowly. We don't want the price to fall. You have no idea how much it cost me to bring such a force to bear here. Now I only have one requirement. Income. So squeeze, Rabbit. Squeeze hard.
Yes, Uncle.
So this one isn't quite as noisy as the others, but what it does do is when it shuts down that noise, it allows you to hear this beautiful reverb coming through, and it doesn't have that kind of, through the whole thing. So it just gives it like a really cool vibe to it. And it's all about feel, right? It's not about technically, the noise floor is lower. It's like, how does the scene feel? That's what I'm really into. Number one, with any noise reduction plugin is the sound quality. As I've shown, you can go very far and it still sounds good. Does it sound natural? Are you affecting the dialogue? No. Great. Move on. It's very quick, very efficient. It's a time saver, but it's a time saver that allows you to go into other things, do more detail on things that you really want to get to, be creative, be artistic. It's a performance-based thing, mixing, and it's not just a technical aspect. What we do is responding to the film, going after the story, trying to find what the director is into and what his vision is. That's what you want to concentrate on. You don't want to concentrate on getting rid of noise and doing technical things. This allows you to do that so quickly that you'll spend more time being a real artist and not just a technician.